Hello everyone. So we are going to continue exactly from where we left the other day, and we had done variance, we had done standard deviation, and we had also done coefficient of variation, right? All of you remember that? All of you remember this? Variable. We had done variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, range. Am I audible? Are you able to see my screen? Please, can I get some response? Let's now focus. Can I start? So when I say please focus, I would expect, as I said in the first session, some of you take responsibility. You just keep on responding so that I know we are connected, okay? And I don't have to and repeat. I don't have to maybe repeat things. That will make our session more efficient in terms of time, right? Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. So we are done. Yeah, we are done range, variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, right? The last thing we have to do is IQR, interquartile range, right? So for IQR, to understand what is IQR, we will start with understanding what is, first of all, what is a box plot, right? So we're going to understand what is a box plot, and then once you understand the box plot, we will on the way understand what is IQR, okay? Interquartile range. Okay, so we'll take a look at this example as well. Yeah, box plot. Okay, interquartile range is the difference between the third and the first quartile. But we don't know what are quartiles, right? So we don't know this meaning, right? So let's first understand what are quartiles, and for understanding that, we'll have to understand what is a box plot, right? I'm going to take you through these slides later, but first I am going to start by discussing the concept of box plot. Okay, so box plot is a type of chart that helps you understand the spread of the data in each quartile, so and also identifies the outlier, right? So forget, I mean, just for just few minutes, read this sentence without the quartile word, right? So box plot is a type of chart that helps you understand the spread of the data and also identify the outliers. Is that clear? It's a type of chart that will really help you understand where the spread of the data is coming from, which part of the data set is contributing to variability. Okay, and also it will help us in identifying the outliers, right? So let's understand box plot with the help of this example. And what is the example? Today is Wednesday, right? Suppose I ask you, maybe just a random example, how many applications, mobile applications you use on an average on a particular day, let's say Sunday, right? And I ask 17 of you, and these are the responses that I got, right? 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 8, 6, 32, 7, 5, 9, 15, 10, 7. These are the responses that 17 of you gave me, right? So this is my data, right? Data has been collected. First step has been done. We have collected the data. Now, to we are going to understand how do we construct a box plot, and then what is it used for. Okay. So first step, whenever you get the data, First step to construct a box plot is sort. Okay, sort the data. So I have sorted this data. Here you go. We have sorted the data. So now, if this is the first step that I have done in which I have sorted the data, look at the screen and can you help me locating the minimum value? Quickly, it's there on the screen. You have to tell me what is the minimum value. I want participation, please. 2. Okay, great. Then maximum value. Very good. 32. Median. Median is the middle value. Sorry. Of this data, which is it's there. I'm okay even if you read these, right? Median is 5. Okay, I'll give you. You might be wondering that I keep on asking why I keep on asking. You know, I've read, and in fact, you can also Google. There is a research that has happened which says whenever you are actively participating in something, right? The concentration levels are far higher than when you're just simply listening. If you will just keep on listening, you will lose concentration after a while. It's very natural to our brain, right? But when you keep on participating, I can bet people, those who are participating, you will never lose that flow of concentration because you are participating. And that is my intent also, to keep asking small, small questions so that you are just aware, right? And your concentration is right there in continuity. Okay, so please, it's a humble request. Let's be participative. Okay, great. Thanks for all those who are responding. So I have minimum, I have maximum, and I have median, right? So what is median? It's the middle value of the data, correct? Middle value of the data which is sorted. Okay, so very clearly this is median. So all of you will agree that median divides my data into two halves, 50 and 50. 50% of the observations lie below the median and 50% of the observations lie above the median. Now, just remember this. It's a very important concept. When we did median, you might not have observed that when we discussed the concept of median last class, right? But now it's going to be all the more important that what does median do? It divides the data into two equal parts, wherein when I say parts, parts are in terms of the count of the data. 50% of the data lie below the median and 50% of the data lie above the median. Okay, so it's the middle point of the sorted data. Now let's further divide these two halves into two more equal halves. For that we use Q1. Q1 is the middle point between minimum and median. Is that clear? Q1 is called quartile 1. Is that clear? And then the other upper half between median and maximum, we again divide it into, we take a middle value which is called Q3 or quartile 3. Is that clear? What is quartile 1 and quartile 2? So now my question to all of you. You have to give me how much percentage of data lie below and above Q1. Let me see who can correctly answer. Below and above. Amatullah, is it 75 and 25 or it should be 25 and 75? See, I asked below first. So you have to tell me below and above. Yeah. So it's 25. So you could easily say, it's like you could say 25 to 75. Okay, something like this. Everyone with me? Let me ask you another question. What is the ratio, or how much percentage of of observations lie below Q3 and above Q3? Let me see who can now give a correct response. Very good, Vivek. Amatullah, again you did the reverse. I said below Q3 and then above Q3. Percentage, Kamalpreet, I wanted percentage. You have given me ratio. That is also correct. But you have given the wrong ratio. It should be 3:1 or 25 or 75 to 25. Okay, let me show it to you. Again, Kamalpreet, it's 75. I said below Q3. This is Q3. So below Q3 is this much of the data. If you see here 50 plus 25. Is that clear? Okay, everyone, this point is clear to all of you. Gaurav, again you are saying 1 to 3, 1 is to 3. Did you not understand, Gaurav, what I repeated just? Below Q3, Q3 is this, so this is the data that is below 50 plus 25. 75% of the data is below Q3. Why are you putting 1 is to 3? Gaurav Giri, did you get it? See, it's my responsibility. I have to make you understand. So, first, that is why I want participation, because when you participate, you are more attentive. Okay. Below first, Shipra says below first is first and above is second. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm saying that order, na? Below and above. I don't want to trick you that in one I say below and above, and then I say above and below. I mean, we are not solving any puzzles. Okay, so listen to me. I followed the same order: below first and then second. Okay, okay. One more question, quickly. How many parts do two quartile along with median divide the entire data into? How many parts do two quartile along with median and minimum and maximum? Five of 5 points you have. So how many parts? 4 parts. Excellent. Very good. So 4 parts. So can I say it as 4 equal parts? Yes. So when I say 4 equal parts, so how much data is held in each part in terms of count? 25%. Excellent. Everyone with me? Very good. Right? And that is what I have shown here. If you observe closely, median divides the data into 50 and 50. And when we bring in further quartile, it divides the data along with median into 4 equal parts. Is that clear? Everyone? No confusion? Okay, great. So now comes the concept of IQR, interquartile range, which is very simple. Only thing we need to know was quartile. So IQR, the value of IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1, right? So can you tell me what is the value of IQR in this data? Let's see, you can tell me. How did you come to 4? Let me know that also. Exactly. Alok, you're right. 8 minus 4 is equal to 4. Very good. Everyone with me? Okay, great. So now all of you have the values of minimum, Q1, median, Q3 and maximum. All of you know these values, right? Let's move to the next step now. We have done sorting. We also introduced Q1 and Q3. Now let's construct a box plot. Now how do we construct a box plot? To construct a box plot, we first draw the body of the box plot, and the body of the box plot is drawn from Q3 to Q1 or Q1 to Q3, however you want, right? So this part constitutes the box plot. Oh, box of the box plot. Okay, the central part of the box plot. Is that okay? Right. So we have. So can you tell me how much data will be held in the box? How much percentage, in terms of percentage, how much data will be held in the box? Gaurav says 25. Gaurav, can you explain me why 25? I said within this box, how much percentage of the data will be held? We have discussed Q3 to Q1. Gaurav, Giri. So how much data is, so please, once you reply, before replying, just think for a minute and reply. Okay? Perfect. Okay, great. So 50% of the data lies between Q3 and Q1, right? Okay, great. Next. Now we have constructed the body of the box plot. Let's construct the whiskers. On either side, we extend the whiskers from the box plot, and both the whiskers are created such that they are, and after you create the whiskers, you close these whiskers on either side. Okay. Kamal, please, I'll answer your question. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. Now you close the whiskers from either side. Now I have another question. How much of the data is represented by each whisker? Each whisker. Shipra, I said each whisker. I did not say both the whiskers together. Exactly. Now you're right. I got it that you must have got it right, but I just want you to hear properly what I'm asking. Okay? Even you said 50, I got it how you're calculating. Okay? Fine. Okay, great. Right? So now once you add whiskers and you close those whiskers on either side, this is how you construct a box plot. Okay? Clear everyone? How do you construct a box plot? Is that clear? Okay, great. Now, since we have constructed a box plot, Kamalpreet says, does the box plot always have 50% of the data? Kamalpreet, your question is wrong. First of all, not the box plot will represent 100% of the data. The box will represent 50% of the data. So your question should be, does the box always represent 50% of the data? Yes, it's correct. Is that okay? I got it. I got it what you mean to say, but whatever you have written, I just wanted to let you know that your question is not correct. Whatever you have written is not correct. Okay? Okay, great. Let's proceed further. We have created a box plot, but this box plot is not up to scale. Right? So we are going to add scale to it. Adding scale to it adds a lot of meaning to box plot. Right? Right now, the box plot, definitely it is, the shape has been created, the chart has been created, but it is misleading. I'll tell you why it is misleading. You will get to know. Right? Okay. So let's write some percentages again. All of you agree with these percentages? 25, 25, 50. All of you agree? Right? Next. So can you write, okay, so these values I've already written. Notice these are the same values which were I picked up from the yellow values, right? Minimum 2, Q1 4, median 5, Q3 8, and maximum 32, right? Now I have some questions for you here. Again, you have 4 parts, right? These are called quarters, right? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So this is the first quarter, this is the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, right? Notice I'm not saying quartile. Quartile are only 3, Q1, Q2, and Q3. But we don't say Q2. Why? Why don't we say Q2? What is Q2? Let me see who can tell me what is Q2. Exactly. Very good. Q2 is the median. But because Q2 has a specific name, that's why we don't use Q2. We just say median. Okay? Very good. Those who said median, excellent. Okay. Now my questions start. Now you have 4 quarters, right? What are the minimum and maximum value of first quarter? Minimum and maximum. So you have to write minimum comma maximum. That is the answer I am expecting. Very good. Why 4 5? Gaurav's Kamalpreet said 4 5. Kamalpreet's first quarter I said 2 4, right? Pungodi, did you get it? Why not 5 2? I said first quarter. It's 2 4, right? Similarly, the minimum and maximum value of second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, you know, right? You have these 5 values. Now my question is, which of the quarter is more dense in terms of values? Let me see who can answer this question. Which of the quarter is the most dense? Most dense. I am not saying most variable or most varied. I'm saying most dense. Yes. Some of you said Q3, some of you said Q4. Okay. Amatullah said Q1. Okay. Someone said Q4, Q3. Okay. Let's understand it. Very good, Amatullah. That's the answer I was expecting. Not first quarter, second quarter. No one said second quarter. Why? Let's understand it. What is density? Second quarter is the answer. See. Let's understand density. When I say 25% of the values lie in first quarter, so between 4 and 2, right? Between 4 and 2, I have 25% of the values, right? Then, between 5 and 4, I have 25% of the values. Are you getting this point? So, between first quarter and second quarter, which is more dense? Between first quarter and second quarter, which is more dense? Dense means more values are more close there. You mean interval is less and data is high? Yes, Mehak, you are right. Kamalpreet, I said dense. First and second are same. Why? Amatullah, first there is a difference of 2. Second, there is a difference of only 1. Okay, let's see the values here. This is first quarter. 2, 3, 4. It can take 3 value. In second quarter, it has taken only 4 and 5. So which is more dense? Where do you think there is more density? People, did you get it? I am not getting response. I am just getting response from couple of people. Are you getting it? Please, if you got it, at least some response is expected. Else I'll keep on asking, or you want me to follow the other paths that I don't ask anyone, I'll just keep on speaking. So please, humble request, keep on answering. Okay? So everyone got it? Density means the range is lower. Sahil. Density means lower range. See, minimum and maximum of second quarter, minimum is 4, maximum is 5 for this second quarter. Only a difference of 1. Here the difference is 2, here the difference is 3, and here the difference is 24. Right? So density, when I say density means, of course, there is a less scope of varied, less scope of more different values. Right? All values here you can see in this quarter is repeated. 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. Right? Very less scope of different values. Is this point clear? Everyone, Sahil, since you asked the question. Okay, great. Now can you tell me which of these quarters has the least density? Now I want a correct answer from everyone. Very good. Those who are responding, excellent. So you got the concept, right? Q4 has the least density. Now least density, now density is inversely proportionate to variability, isn't it? Isn't there more variability here? Range, yeah, or variability also, right? Amatullah, you're right. Now, isn't there more variability, more range here? Or you can say variability here? Correct, Kamalpreet, you are right. Correct, less density means more variability, and more density means less variability. Okay? Correct, everyone? So all of you got this? Now, last step to draw a box plot. See, this was a box plot I constructed which was not up to scale. Now, when I construct this box plot up to scale, this is how your box plot will look like on scale. See, I started the scale on y-axis 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 32, right? And this is my box plot. Now see, first let's construct a box. Where does the box start and end from? Values. Who will tell me? The edge values of box plot, the upper and the lower value of box plot. Quickly, quickly. I said box, sorry, not box plot, box, my bad. Not box plot, only box. What are the upper and lower values of box? Excellent. Starting from 4, going till 8. Right? Starting from 4, going till 8. So this is the body of the box plot. Right? Notice it starts from 4, goes till 8. That's it. This is the body of the box plot. How much data this box holds? Quickly. 50%. Excellent. Right? Everyone agrees? 50% data. Can you see now, out of this entire range, this small portion is holding 50% of the data. Isn't it? Is that clear? Okay. Another interesting thing. Always remember, just like here, never think that median will be in the middle. Can you see median here? What is the median? In our data, what is the median? 5. So when I draw it up to scale, can you see this is the median? And So even within the box, this is median, and which constitute Q2, this is Q3, and this lower half is Q1, and now this fourth part starting from 8 going till 32 is, what do I call this? Fourth quarter, right? Not Q4, fourth quarter, Pradeep. Let's not say Q4 because it will get confused with quartile 1 and quartile 2. Okay? Because Q1 and Q3 are standard notations we uh, give to quartile 1 and quartile 3. So there is nothing called Q4 actually. But I would say this is the fourth quarter. Okay? So can you, all of you got it? How this box plot is constructed up to scale? Now, if suppose this is given to you as a box plot, can you deconstruct or can you read it in your mind? Okay, looking at this box plot, now can you tell me which part is maximum variability coming from? Quarter 4, right? Everyone with me? And which is the part that is not contributing much to variability? One part which is least contributing to the variability. Q2, very good. So all of you got it? How do you construct a box plot? Now let me show you some box plots. Can you see these? Okay, one more thing. I'll come here. One more thing. Notice that when you have median in the middle and your whiskers are also of similar length, means it is a symmetric distribution. Okay? Symmetric distribution around the mean. Let me show you symmetric distribution. This one. But distributions are not always symmetric. They can be skewed. These are called skewed distribution. This one and this one. The first one and third one are skewed distribution. This is called right skewed or positively skewed because the tail is there on the positive side. Here the tail is there on the negative side, so it is called negative skewed or left skewed. Is this clear? Looking at this box plot, can you tell me, is this a positive skewed data or a negatively skewed data? Let me see who can correctly respond or correctly answer. Just build it in your mind. It's a positively skewed. Amatullah, Pradeep. See, positively skewed means your values are there on the skewness is there on the right side. Na? There will be positive values here, right? Negative will be on the left side. So this is my maximum variability is on the positive side. Okay. So looking at this, it's a positively skewed data. Now let me show you some box plots that I was talking about. Okay, what kind of distribution do you think this has? First one, symmetric, excellent. Second one, second is also symmetric. Okay, very good. Between first and second, where do you think there is more variability? First, excellent. Now let's bring in the third one. Do you think it's a skewed distribution or a symmetric distribution? Third one. Skewed, excellent. And the fourth one. skewed. Why do you think fourth is skewed? Let me ask you. Median is not in the middle. Excellent, excellent, very good. I'll tell you, box plot is such a important tool to understand the variability. And another thing is, nobody will teach you box plot like this. I have devised how to, because, and you know, people get so confused hearing box plot, and all of you see, you could deconstruct these four box plot even without knowing anything. What is the type of data? We did not even have any data point. Looking at the shape of the box plot gives you lot of insights about the data, which you could get it. How the data is. It's positively skewed, it's uniform, or it's negatively skewed. I can even tell that. Look here. This looks to me a negatively uh, skewed, right? This one. No, wait. The median, forget the median. Okay, median is here. So this looks to be, yeah, negatively skewed, right? See, variability is on the downside, right? Here, this is positively skewed. Are you getting it, everyone? Wonderful, right? So all of you got it, and this is one reason I did not cover box plot in the last, because I know box plot. I am going to explain you. It will take me more than half an hour, right? Great. So everyone is clear with box plot? Any any confusions? I hope you will not have now, because it's a very easy tool also, and a very interesting and a very intuitive tool. Gives you lot of insights about the data. Okay? Great. So let's proceed further. Last thing in box plot is, how do you understand, or how does box plot help you get the outliers, right? So to know the outliers, these are statistical limits, right? Lower outlier gate and upper outlier gate. Any value that fall beyond these values are termed as outliers. For example, so, and this is a statistical formula. I have not devised it. So this is a statistical formula. 1.5 is a statistical formula. Q1 minus 1.5 time IQR. Let's calculate the lower outlier gate and upper outlier gate quickly. Q1 minus 1.5 time IQR and Q3 plus 1.5 time IQR. Can you calculate the lower gate and the upper gate? Quickly. What are the values of lower gate, upper gate? I can tell you. Upper is 14. Okay, very good. Lower? Lower? Come on. Q1 minus 1.5 time IQR. What is 1.5 time IQR? IQR is 4, 1.5 time IQR is 6, and Q1 is 2. Oh, sorry, 4 minus 2. Is that clear? How is the upper limit and lower limit calculated? In case you did not know, get to know these. Okay, clear? Okay, great. So now Any values, what did I say? Any values that lie beyond these are statistically termed as outliers. Look at the values. Can you tell me what are the outlier values? I'll explain, Kamal, please just hold on. Excellent, Sahil. Very good. 15 also, Amatullah. Correct. Sahil, can you explain? Sahil says, can you explain upper gate and lower gate? Sahil, these are the formula for upper gate and lower gate. Okay. Q3 plus 1.5 time IQR. Sahil will tell. Okay, you got it? Kamalpreet, upper gate is Q3 plus 1.5 time IQR. Upper gate for identifying the outliers. Any value that lie beyond these limits are termed as outliers. Kamalpreet. Sahil, what is the, how do you calculate the lower gate? Quickly look at the values and tell me. Sahil, yeah, Sahil, right? Sahil, can you give me the formula for for the upper gate? Kamalpreet, upper gate means the upper limit beyond which if a value falls, it will be termed as outlier. Sahil, correct. So can you tell me the value, Sahil? Q3 is 8. Q3 plus 1.5 time IQR, which is 4. So Q3 plus 6, 14. So above upper gate, if any value fall, it's outlier, correct, Kamalpreet, and below also. On the lower side also, na? Okay. So clear how to identify outliers also for any data. Can we proceed now? Let's proceed quickly because I've spent a lot of time with box plot. Now this is all what I have explained. You might want to go through it. Now it will be a cakewalk for all of you. Okay. So you can just go through it later, right? Okay. Understanding variability. Why do you think variability is so important? Why do we study variability? When we know how to calculate measures of central tendency, why do we need to calculate variability? Right? To know skewness? Okay. No, no, no. But and my question is, why do you need to understand the data? Why do you need to understand the variability? Reason is variability is pervasive. Means there is always variability in real life. Example, are all of you of the same height? I don't know your height, but are all of you of the same height? Are all of you of the same weight? Okay, let me give you another interesting example to understand why variability is pervasive, means it is present everywhere, right? Example, I ask all of you to come to city A. Okay, and we are going to go to city B. I give all of you the same kind of car and ask you to go from city A to city B. Will you take the same time? No, right? Okay, let me further refine this example or further fine tune it. I have given all of you the same car. I'm asking all of you to go from city A to city B. Even then, you can't take the same time. Now, I ask all of you to start at the same time and drive at the same speed. Will all of you reach at the same time if I start measuring it in seconds? If I start measuring it in seconds and milliseconds, will all of you reach the same time? Even then, no. Even then, no. If I start measuring it in milliseconds, even then you will not reach at the same time. Why I am giving you this example? Just to make you sensitize that variability is pervasive in real life. That is why it is very important to understand and measure and become sensitized about variability. Okay? Now let me read this. Variability is pervasive, you cannot escape it. While the mean is relevant, of course mean is relevant, people often react to variability more, isn't it? When I ask you about Virat Kohli and Dhoni score, people are going to react more to variability, isn't it? When a distribution has lower variability, Dhoni, the value in the data set are more consistent. Yes, he was called Mr. Consistent, something like that. He was called Mr. Cool rather. Yeah, right? Okay. But, right, like Dravid, he was, I think, far more consistent, right? Okay. However, when the variability is higher, the data points are more dissimilar and extreme. The values become more likely, isn't it? Just think of Kohli and Dhoni's data that I showed it to you. Consequently, understanding variability helps you grasp the likelihood of unusual events, means outliers. Extreme values can cause problems in some situations, whether it is extreme temperature or extreme speed. We feel discomfort at extreme values than mean values. This is a very important point. We feel a lot of discomfort when we have extreme values, isn't it? We say now perform consistently. We are always looking at consistency in life, isn't it? Means consistency means stability, means less variability. Okay, that's why variability is more important, or rather I would say is one of the most important metric that you will ever encounter when it comes to statistics. Okay, some variation is inevitable, but problem occurs when at extreme. Distributions with greater variability produce observations with unusually large and small values more, more frequent than distributions with lesser variability. Central tendency does not provide a complete picture. Yeah. Of course, central tendency does not provide you the complete picture of the data. So we include variability. Is that clear? Why variability is important to understand? Okay, great. Moving to the next. So, correct, Ahmadullah. So now, when we bring in variability, right, variance, we'll see there are three types of distribution. The middle one is called normal distribution or symmetric distribution. Now, a very interesting feature of this is mean is equal to median is equal to mode, and skewness is 0. Now, what is skewness? Skewness is a measure of the degree of asymmetry of frequency distribution. Is that clear? Skewness is a measure of the degree of asymmetry. This is a formula for skewness which you don't have to remember. It will be calculated either on Excel sheet when you can calculate skewness, or on R also. We just have to ask for the everything will be calculated at the back end. Okay, but with respect to rules of skewness, you should remember these values. Highly skewed when the value of skewness is greater than 1 or less than -1. Is that clear? Greater than 1 or less than -1, then it's a highly skewed data. Moderately skewed when your data lies between -1 and zero point 0.5, minus zero point 0.5, and 1 and minus zero point 0.5. Then it is a moderately skewed data. Is this okay? And very least skewed or normal distribution when the skewness lies between minus zero point 0.5 to 0.5. Is that clear? So you just have to remember these limits, that's it. Okay. Now, it is positively skewed when you have a tail on the positive side, and in a positively skewed data, mean gets pulled towards the right side. Why? Always extreme values pull means towards themselves. Is that clear? Is this clear to all of you? Similarly, for negatively skewed data, where you have extreme values on the left side, your median gets pulled on this side. Sorry, mean. I'm saying median. Mean gets pulled on the left side. Why? Because we have extreme values on the left side. Okay? Skewness is clear to all of you? Any questions? Let me know. In rules of skewness, it's mentioned minus and positive. Sheikh Ahmed Farid. The example for skewed data I already shared. This example, can you see when you constructed this box plot? I've already discussed this example. Now tell me, Ahmed, right? Is that your name, Ahmed? Can I call you Ahmed? Okay. Ahmed, tell me this. You understood how to construct this box plot? And this was the example I took. Looking at this data, can you tell me it is a symmetric distribution or a skewed distribution? Only Ahmed will reply. Look at the box plot, final, up to scale, and tell me, is it a skewed distribution or a symmetric distribution? Why skewed? Okay. Why skewed? First question, and then which type of skewness is there? Positive or negative? Quickly. Okay. Ahmad, where are we having extreme values in this? Looking at this box plot, where do you have extreme values? On the right side, isn't it? Isn't it on the plus side, positive side? So what kind of skewness will be this? Anybody can answer now. Is this clear to all of you? Example. Okay, great. So next, so I already told you that in data science we are not much concerned about kurtosis or the height or the peakedness of the data, but still, I'll just take 2 minutes to make you understand. One is the spread of the data, which you can know using kurtosis, right? Or the shape, whether it is symmetric or the shape is skewed, right? Next is the height. Height is kurtosis is a measure of peakedness of the distribution. Height or peakedness. How peak the data is compared to normal distribution. Okay. Now see, we have three distributions. If kurtosis comes out to be 3, it is called normal distribution. If kurtosis is greater than 3, it is positive kurtosis. If kurtosis is less than 3, it is negative kurtosis. This is the formula which again you don't have to remember, but you have to just remember this, whether it is a positive kurtosis or a negative kurtosis. Is this clear? Now, this is all what is written here. Negative kurtosis implies a flatter distribution compared to normal distribution. This is negative kurtosis. Flatter distribution. Okay. Negative kurtosis implies flatter distribution compared to normal distribution, and it is called plateau-kurtic distribution. So this is a plateau-kurtic distribution, and this one, the peaked distribution, is called leptokurtic distribution. Is this clear? All you have to remember is this about kurtosis. Okay. Now, since we have spoken about uh, symmetric distribution, it is also called bell curve, right? We all know that it's called bell curve, right? For now, just discussing this only, that bell curve is also called normal distribution, and it carries wonderful properties like between one my mean plus and minus one standard deviation, between plus and minus one standard deviation, how much data lies in? 68.26% of the data, and this is standard across all normal distribution. Is this clear? Between mean plus and minus 2 standard deviation, 95.44% of the data lies, and between plus minus 3 standard deviation, 99.73% of the data lies. Is that okay? This is why this is just a snapshot of normal curve. Okay, we'll discuss in detail later what is normal curve and all, right? Okay, last thing, percentile and quantile, we'll do that later, and correlation we'll do it later, right? When we do correlation, we'll see. Okay, now I'll close this and we're done with first the basics or fundamentals of statistics. But let me ask you, have you downloaded R&R Studio, which I asked you to do? Those who say no, why no? I said that very specifically we will not waste time downloading R&R Studio. I told that, and I gave you the I told you where you will get the that document that will help you download also, right? So those who missed the last session, you should have looked at the recordings. We had one day. I did not take class yesterday because I was not available. Now, I cannot give you time to download these because we are going to waste time in that case, right? All those who are not done, quickly go to LMS first section, and there is a guidelines to download R&R Studio there. Quickly do that. I cannot give time. I am not even right now taking a break. But what I am going to do is I am going to start introduction of R&R Studio. In the meantime, you should be downloading it. You should be able to download it. Okay. Okay. What I'll do is then I'll give you one more comfort. Yeah, you can do it in break because by the time we'll reach break, I don't think we'll start on R. I'm going to just introduce it only, right? In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll cover this percentile and correlation so that we save time. Okay, people, those who have not downloaded it, quickly download it. Okay, let me cover percentile and quantile. All of you have heard of this percentile term? Yes, what is percentile? It's a term, again a statistical term, used to express how the score compared to others are there in the same set. Means a percentile is a measure used in statistics indicating the value below which a given percentage of observations in a group of observation fall. Means percentile is calculated for a group of people, right? Or group of observations rather, right? Wherein it indicates, if I say 100 percentile, suppose someone scored 100 percentile, what does it mean? That 100% of the students score lie below him, means he is the topper. He might not have got 100% marks, but if he has 100 percentile, means he is the most scored marks. Is that clear? What is percentile? So, everyone clear with this percentile? So, if I say the 20th percentile. Uh, okay, if I say the 20th percentile is the value, if okay, let me put it this way. If I say that I scored 50 percentile, what does that mean? What does it mean? I scored 50 percentile. 50% of the people have scored less than my marks. Is that clear? So percentile is clear. Now let's talk about correlation. Correlation is a statistical term describing the degree to which two variables move in coordination with each other. Correlation helps you understand the degree to which two variables move in tandem, means they move as a cause and effect. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Now correlation coefficient is represented by a small r and it ranges between -1 and 1. Now these are the different scenarios of correlation. Try to look at this data. Try to understand this data. Orange one are observations and they record the value of x and y, right? Do you think there is any correlation between x and y here? Do you think there is correlation? No, because there is no trend that is being shown here. No correlation. Okay, let's look at this. Do you think there is some correlation here? Yes, because I am at least getting some trend here, right? Is that clear? So some trend is there. Here also there is some trend, and this of course is a sharp line. So there is definitely a correlation there. When the value of one variable increases and it leads to a decrease in the value of other variable, then we have a negative correlation, and negative correlation values lies between -1 and 0. Is that clear? For positive correlation, your value would lie between 0 and 1 only. So between 0 and 1, that will be negative correlation. Is that clear? We will be discussing correlation in much more detail after we do regression. Okay, so let's now, I'll share these files today, so don't worry. Now what I want you to do is search and with RStudio and open this RStudio app. Open RStudio. you will get an interface like this, something like this you will be getting, right? All of you are getting this? Those who have opened RStudio, type RS in the chat window, RS. Let me see how many of you opened RS. Those who are still downloading, type N in the chat window, N. Quickly do it. Those who are typing N, quickly do it. I'll give you 2 more minutes. In 2 minutes, I'm just coming back. I'll just take a bio break and I'm coming back. In the meantime, everybody should have downloaded it. I'll give 2 minutes here. Okay, I'm back now. Everyone is open. RStudio. Everyone is open RStudio. Amatullah and Swapnil. Again, this is just a story of how Sainsbury. Sainsbury is a retail store, huge retail store in UK, right? How they installed, they deployed R and they were able to gain, right? So you should, I mean, hear this one or know about this in the recordings, right? The pre-recorded sessions. It will be there. Okay? Okay. Everyone, all of you can see these three splits. Console. All of you can see these three splits. Type 3, numeric 3, if you can see these three splits. So this is a interface of RStudio. Okay? And when I say RStudio, I told you that RStudio is the integrated development environment. Means It is a interface on which we are going to write codes, and then those codes will be executed at the backend and they will produce the results. Okay? Okay. So now this big window on the left side, this is called console. What is this called? Console. What is this called? Console. Okay? Console is the short-term memory of R. Remember this. It is the short-term memory of R. Right now, the script writer or the uh, script editor, I think it's called script editor, wherein you write codes, that part is not open. That's why you are able to see three windows or three sections. I want all of you to go to File, click on File, New File, R script, or you can do Control plus Shift plus N. So Control Shift N. You open this fourth window. You got the four windows now, everyone? All those who have four windows, type 4 in the chat window. Okay, great. So, this window that you just opened, it's called the script writer or something, what is it? Or script editor, I think. Yeah. Text writer, my bad. Text editor. Okay. This is called text editor, wherein you write codes, right? So this is where you are going to write codes and it's called script editor or text editor. And when you save file in R, when you save a R file, it is only this part, script text editor, which will get saved. The other three quadrants will not be saved. They are facilitators, right? The other three are facilitating you to write codes and generate the results that you want. Okay? Okay. So console, as I told you, it's called the short-term memory. See, console is the short-term memory. Text editor is where you write codes. Only this is the part that you can save. And console, why it is called the short-term memory? When we are going to write the codes and run those codes, you will see, you will first get the um, when you write some code in the text editor, right, and run it, the output will be generated in console. But if you close the R session, this console, as I said, it's the short-term memory. It will not save any values or variables. Is that clear? It will not save your. That is why it's called short-term memory. Okay. Then what is the long-term memory? Environment. Can you see this environment section? All of you can see environment section. Wait. All of you can see the long environment, and it's written global environment. This is the long-term memory. This is the long-term memory or the memory or when you start creating some variables and you will start to save them, it is here where the variables will be saved. Is this clear? Right now it is empty. It is here where the variables will be saved, and even if the R session shuts down, you can see the variables. They are saved. They will be still saved in the R, mm, in R. Is that clear? Okay. Then along with memory, you have history, wherein you will have historical transactions. Can you see some transactions? I had written these transactions in a another batch, right? So you can see history of transactions. Okay. Then connections. When you connect R with some servers, with some databases, those connections will be seen here. Okay. Then am I audible now? Okay, sorry. So tutorials, I said tutorials is where you can take help from. Moving to files, all these files that are there in your system, you can reach out to those files using file section. Is this clear? Files, all those files that are there in your system, you can view them here. And then you have plots, data visualization. When we'll do, you'll see plots getting uh, available here. Okay. Packages, the most important part of R Studio or R are the packages. Now, what is a package? I remember I told you a little bit about package in the first session. Yes, I started the session with this package thing only. That there are more than 18,000 packages. Remember that? Now let's see what is a package. R package are collections of functions and data sets developed by the community. Yeah, right. You're right, Alok. Libraries, I think, in Python are synonymous to packages in R. I think they are same. Okay. So it's a collection of functions and data set that help you. Next, they increase the power of R by improving the existing base R functionalities. Remember I told you this also, that your package can do specialized tasks in a very less time and than base R, and it makes R far more efficient. Is that clear to all of you? Okay. So base R functionalities, packages help you improve on the base R functionalities. We are going to start downloading packages as we need them, right? We'll download packages as we need them. Now, once you have downloaded the package, it will be visible here. You can see so many packages I have downloaded. Even once I've used it maybe sometime, but I have so many packages downloaded. For you, this list would be small. Okay. Then you can also uh, install the package by clicking on this install. You will open the window, name the package, and you can install it. Okay. Back after package, you have the help section. Then you have viewer section, wherein when you can browse some material also in R using this section, which is beyond the scope of our training, right? Then lastly, we have something called presentation. Again, this is a very new tab and not much used. You can see it's completely empty also. Next. So now I told you as of September 21, there are more than 18,000 plus packages. It's humanly not possible to even name those packages and remember the names only, right? And I can share this link with all of you. In fact, I'll share this complete file as well if you want to take a look at the number of packages. Okay, further, I've explained all the parts, right, of RStudio. Okay. Uh, so is this clear? Now what we are going to do is we are going to start with some basic mathematical functions in R, right? And we will see how do we get the results of them. So I think let's, since it's time, let's take a small break, 16 minutes break, right? And when we come back, we are going to immediately start working on R. Is that clear to all of you? Is this clear? So the poll is open now. Please do participate in the poll and we will take a 16 minutes break. I am putting up a timer and I will share the screen. Please do come back as per the timer. The poll is open. It will only be open for uh, 5 minutes, right? So please do participate in the poll and then you can take a break. And I have shared the screen with all of you. Let's meet exactly after 16 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And Okay. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. Um, Please give me a confirmation if I'm audible. Am I audible to all of you? Okay, great. So let's continue and over to our studio, right? So we are going to start with basic mathematical operators today. And quickly, I want you to start and write on the console, on the R script that you have opened, right? It should be blank, right? Let's write 1 plus 1. And can you see this run icon? All of you can see this run icon? Yes? Click on run. Now, when you run any line of code or any line in the text editor, look at the answer in the console. Can you see this answer? Look at the way answer is, uh, I mean, your response is, it comes out or output comes out in the console. First, 1 plus 1 is written. Then there is some number in box bracket. We'll discuss that later. And then your answer, 2. Okay. Let's try some more. 34 multiplied by 2. Now, straight away, let's start learning some shortcuts. Otherwise, I mean, at the start, if you will uh, learn shortcuts, that's going to make your life simpler, right? So, shortcut for run is Control Enter. Keep the cursor on the line that you want to run, or just highlight the text that you want to run and Control Enter. Is that, did you get the output? All of you got the output? Control Enter. Okay, so remember the shortcut Control Enter. Okay. Similarly, can you try minus division quickly? You would have done division and minus, right? Sorry. Okay. To run, use Control Enter. Okay. Exponential or power operators. Now, exponential or power is either written as a caret or double star. Quickly try a couple of exponential and power. I'll just take a sip of water. Exponential and power. Done? All of you are getting the answers? Very good. Now, do you remember the BODMAS rule in mathematics? Right? In R, we follow PEMDAS. PEMDAS stands for parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So when you have multiple operators, right, they are going to be used in this order. They are going to be, the operators are going to be used in this order. Okay, try line number 30. Look at the screen, line number 30. Can you try line number 30 and 32? Leave 31. Only there are blank spaces, right? Go for line number 30 and 32 and tell me the responses or answers. Is there a difference? So in this case, bracket was operated first, 6 plus 5, 11, and then multiply by 4. Okay. Absolute function is written as ABS. ABS with a negative number gives me a positive number. Okay. Then mod function, modulus. Now what is this modulus function? 7 modulus 5 is going to leave us with only the remainder. It will not display the numerator, right? It will only display the remainder. Are you getting it? This is called modulus. Okay. Then you have a slash between the two percentages. It's called integer division. Leaves you with the quotient and does not give you the remainder in answer. So 40 by 3 will give me answer as 13. See. Clear? Okay. Now, starting with some very important shortcuts which can really make your life easy when you work on RStudio. Control plus L, it's going to clean the console. See, do it you for yourself. Yes? Yes, Amatullah, tell me. RStudio is different? Means? Okay, you must be having it from Jupyter. Did you get it from Jupyter? Okay. Are you getting the same answers? I'll I'll give you the presenter rights. Can you share your screen, Amatullah? I made you the presenter. You can speak as well and share your screen. Hello. Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Yeah, can you share your screen? Can you share your screen, Amatullah?
Yes, sir, I'm sharing. Wait a minute. This is
This is R. This is R. You have not downloaded RStudio. Okay, go to the search. This is base R. Okay, so
Oh,
don't
okay,
worry.
sir.
We don't work on base R. Go to search. No, 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 search. Let me see if you have downloaded RStudio. No, 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 no. Go to search. Yeah,
Search.
yeah, it's there. RStudio is there. I can see. Yeah, just click on RStudio.
This one.
Yeah.
So it's showing
64. 64.
64.
It's opening. Wait. Yeah. Got it?
Uh,
This is the console. Open. Go to file. Click on yes.
yes.
Go to file.
Okay.
New file. R script.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now you
Sorry
can.
for the disturbance.
That's okay. But just give me the presenter rights. That's important.
From where I have to
Click on my name. Learner Success Manager. Click
Wait.
on Learner Success Manager and make me the presenter.
Make presenter.
Yeah, you have to make me the presenter.
Uh, Learner Success Manager.
Yeah.
There are two Learner Success
Yeah, yeah,
Manager.
there are two now.
I'm
How do
clicking
you?
the first one.
Okay, just click the first one. Make me the present. Yeah, you'll have presenter some written. No, I think you've given. Did you give?
Yes, sir.
I think
Hello?
you've. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Yeah, I think you've given to the other one.
Now what I have to do?
I think you have given the rights, na?
Yes, sir.
I
But
think you have
how?
given to the other person, the other learning success manager. Actually, I'm. Hmm. 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 Shit. I don't know. This person is not responding, and today is a new person. Hello, can you hear me? Learning
Hello.
success.
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Can you please share the presenter rights with me? Yeah, got it. Thank you. Okay, I'm putting you on mute, Amatullah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
That's okay. The only thing is that now there's so many people. So great. No, no issues, right? We'll continue. Okay, great. Let's continue. So control 1. Uh, let's press control 2 first. See, your cursor will go to the console. Control 1 will bring back the cursor to text editor. Is that clear? control 2 console, control 1 text editor. Okay. Got it? Control 1, control 2. Let's take a look at some logical operators. Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than. Then there is this logical operator in line number 67 which says exactly equal to. We'll see. It is used to compare, right? It is used to compare whether 4 is exactly equal to 5 or not. The answer you are going to get for this is in true or false. Okay? Try some logical operators from 70, row number 70, line number 73 till 83. Quickly do it and see how the answers come. How does getting control on console help? Getting control on console. I could not get that, Alok. You mean answer? Cursor. How does that help? Sometimes you see, actually what happens is people have their own way of writing. We are learning to write code in this text editor. People, they do modify their code and run it in even in the console. But for that, I mean, it's personal preference only. That's why you can even modify the codes in the console. I'll show that to you. Okay? So just wait for some time. I'll show that to you. Is that okay, Alok? Okay. So quickly, can you, if I run this 4 less than 9, answer comes to be true. 4 greater than 9, answer is false. Now, can you see this line number 81? 4 double equal to 4L, right? So what is this 4L? Whenever you are sure that this particular number is going to take L means for integer number. So whenever you are sure that number has to take only integral values, you can put L with it. But see, integer is a subset of numbers, right? So people in integral uh, data type or is very seldomly used. Okay, people uh, they prefer that a number be called numeric only rather than integral. Is that okay? Clear? Okay. Try some more. Pungodi. Pungodi. What I'm saying is, when you write L with a number, it will take a integral value. It means this is an integer number. But integers are part of numbers, isn't it? So we don't separately use or classify a number as integer. Rather, we will classify the number as numeric, right? An integer is taken care of, right? You don't have to worry about being an integer. Okay? Okay. Can you try line number 86 to 94 quickly? Okay. Value of true is 1. Numeric value of true is 1 and false is 0. Try this. Okay. Value of true can also be written as only T, line number 93, and F can also be written as only F, line number 94. Okay, is this clear? Some basic logical operators. Okay, let's go to the third module, and from here things are going to become more interesting. Variables. What are variables? Anyone knows what is a variable? Very good. It's, you can take variable as a container, right? Empty container that will hold the value of a data, okay? Or that will hold some value. Before we start with variables, we are going to see what are assignment operators, right? And before we start with assignment operators, can you see I have written some comments in green and they are following a hash, right? So hash, anything that you write in hash or write after hash in the console or the, sorry, in the text editor, right, will be taken as notes or comments. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you? And it will take, automatically take a different color, green. And so now why writing comments or is so important? Can anyone tell me? Anyone who has a technical background? And you can tell me why do we write comments and why is there a provision of writing comments in the in text editor? Okay, so you don't forget one thing. You also get to know even after a month or a year when you will revisit that page, you get to know what did you do. Then suppose someone else start working on your project, right? The comments that you have created is going to be very helpful to that person. Is that clear? Why do we write comments? And people, those who are new to coding, right, get into the habit of writing comments or writing notes. Very important and very good habit. Whenever we are learning a language, it's very important that you start writing comments, okay, or start taking notes that will help you understand what is being done. Okay, okay. Shortcut for this hash so that you can write comment is Control Shift C. Try doing it. Control Shift C. You will see a hash coming up. Okay. Okay. Use hash to introduce comments while writing codes. Anything written after hash is taken as notes and not code. Notes are green in color. It is highly recommended that you make notes so that codes are easily interpretable at a later stage. Is that clear? Or by someone else working on it. Now, how do you assign values or to variables? How do you assign variables the value? There are two ways you can assign values to variables. The first one is equal to, line number 12. Let's assign a value 4 to y. Write this, line number 12. Now, once you have written y is equal to 4, do you think you have saved the value? You have saved the value of y? No, right? To save the value, select it and control enter. Now, once you run it one time and you will get an idea, right? When you see this in console, you get an idea that yes, now it is saved. Now, another very important thing, when you save a variable and you want to know whether this number got saved properly or not, go to environment. Can you see the value as well as 4? Can you see this? Now, since uh, you have been able to save this value y with a equal to symbol or a equal to operator, but R in the R community or people those who work with R closely, they prefer this operator, line number 16. Can you see this arrow? Line number 16. X assignment operator 3. Can you see this? Now, how do you write this? Again, there is a shortcut to write this. I'll just explain that. But for now, just write a value of maybe 3 to x and run it. When you run it, look at the, let me also run it. As I select and run it, can you see x in the global environment? All of you can see x in the global environment. Yes? It means now the value of x has been saved as 3 and the value of y has been saved as 4 in the memory of R. In the long-term memory, you can see X and Y there in the global environment. Okay? Okay, great. Now, assignment operator is more acceptable within the R community. There are specific instances wherein we will use equality, and I will discuss that later when we will counter that situation. For now, how do you create this arrow? The shortcut for creating this arrow is Alt plus Enter. Alt and this uh, underscore, Alt and underscore button. Okay, Alt and underscore. Did you try? All of you could do it? Assignment operator, shortcut. Okay. The other way you can assign a variable, any value, is line number 28 by writing this assign, and then you mention the variable name and then the value. You might want to do it and then select it and run it. When you run, you'll see in console the value of assign has been assigned, and notice D comes in the global environment as well. Is this clear? But this is a longer way, so hardly you will see someone is using assign function, right? Or assign, yeah, on. Is that clear? To know more about assign, or to take any help about anything. Okay. Mm, yeah. If you want to know more about assign, line number 34, write question mark and followed by assign and then run it. Control enter. So you'll see help section unfolds, right? And help. Therein, there is a lot of detail on assign, which there, if if you need any help, this way with a question mark followed by a function, right? You can open the help section. Clear? Can we proceed further? Now, there are some rules. There are some rules you need to remember while creating a variable name. While creating a variable name, there are some rules that you need to remember. So, rule number 1, variable name can begin with a letter and can include period. So, something like line number 78. Then second rule, variable name can include underscore starting with rule number 2 is it can include a underscore. So first try rule number 1, then try rule number 2, and rule number 3, the variable name cannot start with a number. So just try and apply these 3 rules, right? And I'll just be back in a minute, right? Just apply these 3 rules and run and see what happens. Are these variables saved in the global environment? Okay, I'll just be coming in a minute. Okay, did you try the three rules? Two rules rather. Third one, when you try the third one, line number 54, right? You'll see this is going to, and I run it, it's going to give me some error. See, 54 underscore test. Can you see the error? Unexpected input in 54 underscore means there is some error. Also, you'll see a red cross against this line, indicating that there is some error in this line. How many of you tried three rules? Type 3 in the chat window. If you have tried the three rules, type 3 in the chat window. Okay, if you're doing it, good. I'll wait. Those who have tried three rules, fourth rule, cannot start with a period and number, cannot start with the name. So, cannot start with the period and number. Okay. So, something like this, again it is a error, dot 54. So, try rule number 4. It is going to, again, as I said, it will give me an error. Now, if you follow the period with alphabets, right? If you follow the period with alphabets instead of number, it will create the variable, right? But this is very interesting, right? If I run this, line number 61, period with followed by some alphabets, right? Notice it says what does it say? This variable dot abc has been created, right? But can you see this in the global environment? Can you see this variable name in the global environment? Period abc. Correct. So even this variable name has been created, but this variable name will not be saved in the global environment. I repeat, if you follow some alphabets, so next rule, we have done fifth, yeah, sixth one. Do not use TNF to name variables. Now this is important and very practical. Do not use TNF to name variables. Why do you think we should not use these two letters TNF to name variables? Anyone? Very good. T stands for true, false, F stands for false. So even if you try TNF, try creating a variable with TNF, right? R will create those variables, but if at a later stage you are using true as T or false as F, these variable names are going to interfere at a later stage, right? So it is highly advisable that don't use T and F. Is that clear? Don't use T and F to create variables. They are um, reserve words. Now, what are reserve words? T and F are reserve words means, see, every coding language that you run, they have some reserve words. Here, T and F are reserve words, right? To know more reserve words, you can Google and you will get an entire list of reserve words in R. Okay? Is this clear? Reserve words. And last, seventh is cannot start with an underscore. You cannot start a name with an underscore. Are the 7 rules clear to all of you? Okay. Now, I want you to write line number 85, wherein what we are doing? We are assigning a value 34 to x. Look at the global environment and tell me, you already have some x value? Do you have the x value already? Do you have x value? Yes. Now, if you have a x value already, and again I run this, x is equal to 34, it's going to overwrite my existing value in x. It will replace, right? Clear? Okay. Next. Next is RM, line number 87. Can you see? RM means remove. Remove. After I run line number 87, you'll notice X goes away from the global environment. Right? So if after that I call the value of X, see what I'm doing in line number 89, calling it's not there because I'm not able to call it because X is not saved in the global and it's not saved in the global environment. Is that clear? Okay. Sometimes you might want to clean all the global environment, right? In that case, either I pass this argument which is in 92 rm bracket list is equal to ls, or you can use this broom in the global environment. Can you see this broom? Okay, can you see this in the global environment? Can you see this broom symbol? If you click on this broom symbol or you pass this 92, either of these, it's going to you clear. Either if I click on this, see, can you see my global environment is clear now? Okay, you can clear it. If you want to try, you can do it because right now we have not saved many variables, so you can try that, right? Okay, great. Next, We'll proceed further. I want you to create this value of x. Yes, Broom will remove all variables, Alok, right? I want you to create x variable. So create this x value again. Just write small x. Don't create the big X value. Okay. And after that, print. Okay. Print function. Once you have run the value of x, make sure is it done? Print. Did you try print? Okay. Next, print. Did you try print? Print x. You'll see the output there. Next function, sequence, SEQ. Try this sequence function. What in line number 112? What is it doing? Create a sequence starting from 2 going till 50. Okay, and save this. Did you try SEQ? 2 to 50. And when I run this, sorry, SEQ. Can you see? By default, the numbers are in continuity. Sequence means the numbers are in continuity. But suppose you don't want these numbers. I want to skip some values. Then I'm going to add another argument, line number 116. I've added another argument and just mention the the number that you want to skip. Okay, so 202. What will it do? Got it? Sequence. Did you try? How many of you tried sequence? Type S in the chat window or sequence in the chat window. Okay, great. Next. Okay, Kamalpreet says, can you please show above? Okay, sure. What do you, 100 number means? Yes, yeah. Sequence, okay. Is that okay, Kamalpreet? These are just random sequences I've created. You can also create them. just random sequences. Okay. Okay. After sequence, so that's it, right? Okay. Data types. Now, data types. See, remember we did some basic data types in statistics? Yes? We all know that data types can be of numeric or characters, right? But there are some other data types in which R classifies the data, and then um, after the data has been uh, the classified correctly, then you start working on the model, right? So the basic data types in which R classifies the entire variables are numeric, integer. All of you know integer is a part of number, numeric, right? So that is why integer is least used, because it is anyways, it is a part of number line, right? So numeric, integer, character, date, time, and logical. These are the basic. So these are five basic data types. Then you have some advanced data structures. Okay. Now earlier we were having individual values. Now we are going to focus on structures. Okay. So different uh, structures that R deals with, or wherein uh, some advanced data structures we are going to learn are vector, then array, list, factor, matrix, and data frame. Right? Now, among these, I'm going to give you the files in the community forum. I'm going to put those files in the community forum immediately after I end the session today. Whenever you have time, I would want you, from those notes that I've shared, mm, so you should, whenever you have time, go through arrays and list. These are the two data types or advanced data types, uh, data structures that we will not be covering, right? Apart from that, my approach will be to cover all other data structures. These are arrays and lists are not much used, so a very basic understanding on these will be suffice. Okay, fine. So let's start with first data type, numeric. Let's create a variable x, and once you create this variable, run this line. X is equal to 100. When you run this, check whether the value is saved in the global environment. Done? Is it done? Done. Now we are going to start with some more commands. Shortcut for assignment operator, Amatullah, right? It's class alt uh yeah, okay. Alt plus underscore is going to be the shortcut, Amatullah, okay? Alt plus underscore. Okay, next class C small. Okay, remember we discussed that R is case sensitive, right? So R is a case sensitive language. So whenever you see something written in small, you don't change it and write it in capital. Or similarly, um, you if it is in caps, then you keep it as caps, right? So here our command is class in small cases, class of X. What is the class of X coming for all of you in the console? Numeric, right? All of you saw that in the console. Okay, other way is to check what is the data type is by line number 41, wherein I ask is dot integer, means I am asking is I saved as an integer. So is this clear? Is dot integer. Uh, Error. Why it is giving error? Can you tell me? Because I have not defined the value of I. Okay. So first, so let me, yeah. Now see, now running the same is dot integer. Okay, once you define I, then you check class of I integer is dot. So is dot integer is clear. Next, Amatullah, you got it. Error was solved for Pangoli and Amatullah. Was it solved? Okay, next. Now we know that whenever I write a capital L with the number, it becomes okay. Now, yeah. So once you have learned these data types, especially this, especially numeric and uh, integer, right? Let me check the class of I. If I check the class of I, it comes to be integer. Similarly, I can do it for is dot integer. But look at line number 45. If I ask the mm, class of this 5L, it will come to be integer. But when I to multiply uh, integer to integer, line number 47, you'll see the data type comes to be integer. But when I multiply integer with a non-integer value, line number when I multiply a integer with a non-integer or a numeric number, can you tell me what will happen? It comes to be, the class comes to be numeric. Is that clear? Similarly, try multiplying it with decimal. Try decimal and then we'll move to character variables. Yes, numeric with decimal, yes. Line number 51. Sorry, integer with decimal. It is going to return a answer is numeric, correct, right? Now, let's create three variables x, y, z. Keep it capital X. Yeah, you can keep either ways, right? X, Y, and Z. Try line number 55, 56, and 57. Notice that whenever you assign a character uh, variable, right? The character variable has to be put in either double quotes or single quote will also do. Okay? But here I have put it in double quotes, so you can just put it in. So you can try double quotes or single quotes both, right? And let's run these values x, y, and z. And when you run this, you'll see answer is when you mm, did you try x, y, z individually? Okay, great. Okay. So once you have created x, y, and z, let's check the class of y. Class. Will you check the class of x, y, and z? What it comes out to be? Character variable, right? Now, there is this another function we are going to learn is any sorry, N char, line number 63, N char, no caps, all small. Okay, N char is going to give you the number of spaces, you can say. Eleven. Okay, that would be for hello world, right? But yeah, it counts the number of characters. Can you try for Z? Z. Sorry. How many number of characters for Z? How many number of characters for Z? Okay, Sahil says 18. Let's wait for some more results. 19. Pradeep says 19. Pungodi says 18. Right? Okay. Notice that in Z, I have left a space deliberately. That's what I'm explaining, Purva. Why 19? Because I have left a space before even writing the word world, before writing the character. So the important thing here is that character variables, when you write, sorry, not character, nchar, right? Nchar counts even the blank spaces. Okay? Nchar is clear? Next. Can you try this nchar for, you can also apply nchar to numbers. Okay, and it is going to count the number of digits. See, nchar D, nchar D. Once you do it, you'll see it is giving you number of digits we have used in the number. Okay, then you have nchar will also count the space that is taken by a negative, line number 82. Okay, then date variable. In base R, date can be created. You can create a date variable using the function called as dot date, where D is capital. Okay, and the the format for date, uh, to create a date rather in uh, base R, right? It is same. What is the format? YYYY dash MM dash DD. Okay, so this is a, okay. So I would want you to create a date variable with a as dot date. Line number 87. Create a date variable as dot date, and within bracket put the date in the same format. in the format of dd mm d sorry YYYY and dash mm dash dd. No, 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 Amatullah, remove. Okay, you are getting this as dot character dot date. Don't take that. Okay, let me show you how to create a date. No, 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 don't take that. We just need, when I write as dot date, can you see there are so many options that are coming up? Now, R gives you these options so that you can select the best, right? So that the purposes are, so that there are the syntax errors are minimum. That is why this window opens and it gives you all the options. Okay. So you will select as dot date and within I write the date. Okay. And I can assign it to, let's say, D5. Now when I call D5, I get the date. Is this clear? How do you create a date? Is this clear? As dot date. Okay, so I think we'll stop here and we'll continue with date and time. That is called, oh sorry, we'll also continue with date, wherein we are going to learn how do you calculate the difference between two dates. Okay, so we'll do that tomorrow and we'll take a pause here, right? That's correct. That's correct. 22. Okay. So those who are trying, you can quickly try. Error in as dot date D capital. Ranjit, D has to be capital. Ranjit. Okay. I told you R is case sensitive. Okay. Purva, let me open. Uh, you'll get it in the. See, I'm opening. Purva. I'm opening the LMS, right? Uh, wait, there is some. When you go into the LMS, right? It's not opening right now at my end. When you go into the LMS, the first section wherein you have the pre-recorded videos, right? Scroll down there, right? Scroll down at the bottom last of after the videos, right? There are download. There's a lot download section. In that, you will have download guidelines. Okay. Please download it. Tomorrow we will continue. We have to next 2 or 3 sessions are going to be completely on R. Okay. Perfect. Then I'll see you tomorrow same time. Till then, take care and we'll continue. Keep practicing whenever you have time. Do practice because uh, Since it's a new language, it will come with practice. Okay. Not always, Ranjit. Not always. You have to remember these, right? As we proceed, you will get to understand this. Okay, Ranjit? Is that okay, Ranjit? Okay, I think Ranjit left maybe. Right, then see you tomorrow, same time. We'll continue. Okay.
Hi, Deepak. So, has covered as well as all the queries are addressed. So, thank you so much for the session, Deepak, and thank you everyone for your time. So, the feedback survey link will be appearing once we close the session. So, I request all of you to kindly submit the feedback for today's session.
Oh, okay. Wait.
If you like
Let me share the. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
Deepak.
I have to share the link, community forum link. Let me share the community forum link with everyone. Hello, everyone. I am sharing the community forum link with all of you. Right. So you can check in this community forum link. I will put the files. Maybe you can take it from there uh, in 10 minutes. Okay. I'll just share the community forum link with all of you. Please save this community forum link. Okay. Is that clear? I'm just putting the files. You can take it from there. Okay. Okay then. Take care. Goodbye.
Time. So, kindly submit this full link for your future reference. And everyone, please do not forget to submit feedback for today's session. If you like the session, please take this as 5. And for anything less than 5, please share the comments to help us understand what went wrong so that we can improve in the upcoming session. Thank you, everyone. So, Vivek, and on the right top side, you can see option for help. So, kindly click on help and you will be directed to the support option where you can chat with our virtual assistant and the Tracy. Yes, and the ticket will be taken up by our respective LSMs within 24 to 48 hours after it. Hello? Is my audio clear?
Voice is not clear. Hello.
Okay.
Who is this? No. There is disturbance coming in between. Lot of disturbance.
Hello, Deepak?
Yes. Hello.
Am I audible right now?
You are, but there is a lot of disturbance in between.
Okay. Sorry for the background noise. The question is that to create a ticket in help, you have to go to the front page and by clicking on the help option, you will be redirected to contact your virtual assistant, and thus you will be directed to a support page where you can raise the ticket.
Hello. Who is this?
Hello, Deepak?
Can I know your name, please? Hello.
Hello, Deepak?
Yeah. Who is this? LMS. Can I know your name, please?
Hi, Deepak. My name is Krishna Gopika.
Okay, Krishna Gopika. I am not able to. You are audible, but there is a lot of disturbance, as I said. But please, I am not able to update the files on the community link. Maybe I think I have not been given the files. Can you just check?
Yes, Deepak. I'll take it. Can you give me 5 minutes so that I can check?
Yeah, you just check and let me know. You can maybe call me, and then once it is sorted, I will update the files. Okay. So I think we can close the session. Please call me once you sort this because I have to update some files for them. Okay.
Sure, Deepak. I'll contact you post the session. So thank you everyone for the time and thank you so much, Deepak, for the session as well. Take care everyone, and we will meet on the next. Bye all.